Today we're making superbly creamy scrambled eggs and breaking every rule of scrambled egginess. I'm not usually the one to wax poetic about my family recipes, but this very clever mix for scrambled eggs and omelets was handed down to me by my mom and to her by her mom. To tell you the truth, I always thought of this technique as a hack because it is so different from what Julia Child or any French chef would do. Classic French scrambled eggs require never-ending stirring over the lowest heat possible, sometimes even a water bath to keep the eggs creamy. But using my mom's method, I get the same results in only 1 minute. The two magic ingredients here are milk and flour. It wasn't until I started researching custards that my mom's method made perfect sense. The addition of milk produces a custard-like mixture, and the addition of flour allows you to cook it quickly over high heat because it slows down egg coagulation. Flour or cornstarch is what prevents pastry cream from curdling even when brought to a boil. Add a bit to scrambled eggs and there is no need for low heat. Mix until absolutely no lumps remain, then add your eggs. If breaking eggs is not your forte, break them into a separate bowl first to make sure you don't get any shell in there. Some salt, freshly ground black pepper, and beat this mixture until completely smooth. About salt, I like to use 1.2 grams of salt. For Diamond Crystal Kosher salt, that's a slightly heaping 1/4 teaspoon. If you're using any other brand or type of salt, including Morton's kosher, the volume measurement will be tremendously different, so either weigh your salt or use the nutrition info on the side of the box to figure out what 1.2 grams of your salt would be in teaspoons. Or experiment and figure out how much salt you like to use. Keep beating until no globs of white are hanging off your whisk when you lift. Don't worry, you can't overbeat these eggs. I like to add a couple of teaspoons of fresh chives, but that's optional. Set a Teflon pan with 1 tablespoon of butter over medium heat. I like to use a 10-inch pan for 2 eggs, but other sizes will work fine. The bigger the pan, the faster the eggs will cook. When the butter is melted and bubbly, swirl the pan to cover the bottom and the sides. Give your eggs a final mix to make sure no flour settled on the bottom, and pour the eggs into the pan. Let them sit for 10 to 15 seconds or just until the bottom starts to set. And then start stirring vigorously and evenly with a rubber spatula. At this point, you want to lift the pan off the heat. If you are cooking a lot of eggs and find that your pan cools off too much, you can get back on the heat for a few seconds. As soon as your eggs look like this, still shiny and soft, but not liquid, no more heat. Normally, I edit out all the boring stirring in my videos, but I think it's helpful for you to see all the subtle changes these eggs go through. At this stage, stir in a teaspoon of butter and immediately get them out of the pan. So creamy and comforting. They're so delicate, just look at them quiver. For more delicious ways to break the rules of cooking, don't forget to subscribe to Helen's Kitchen channel, and if you're ever in the Boston area, maybe I'll see you in one of my classes.